Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, coming at you with another binder video as we extend into my TTM autograph collection. Now, TTM stands for through the mail, so these are all autographs I've acquired through the mail, whether I sent them to the person or maybe somebody sent them to me. Potentially, there are a few that I have bought, but for the most part, I have sent them. This is going to be over my World War II veteran autograph collection. I was thinking about actually doing these in segments because there's a lot of topics and subjects to cover and a lot to soak in. So we'll take it a little bit at a time because I think this video could take a while. And I'm sure many of you might like to appreciate it. Some of the autographs here and the gentlemen and ladies who served and just spent some time reminiscing and remembering. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this first section I've divided, just called the Greatest Generation World War II. I need to put a picture in here at some point. These are kind of people that I haven't determined yet which section of this binder I want to put them in. So they're kind of just in here for now, but hopefully we'll find a proper category to put them in. And especially if we get more of maybe something they were involved in, we can make that into a section. So we'll start off here and we'll work our way left to right. So we got Mr. Jacob B. Sperry, who is a U.S. Army veteran. In the middle there's John K. Singlab. He's a retired U.S. Army general and CIA spy. The next guy is Orman Knowles. He actually guarded General Eisenhower in France, outside like his tent and building. Or building, I'm sorry, it wasn't tent. Leo Hymas. He's one of the first to enter the Buchenwald death camp. Then in the middle is Leo Maxulak, who was one of General Eisenhower's bodyguard. So maybe he and Mr. Knowles knew each other. Next is William Glennie. He was a prisoner guard at the Nuremberg trials. So that's after the war when they were trying many of the mostly higher up Nazi officers for their crimes. Next is William Roy Dover. He was actually stationed in Alaska and took part in the defending this nation from the Japanese attack on Attu in Alaska. Lester Tenney was part of the 192nd Tank Battalion and also was captured, was a POW, and was involved in the Bataan Death March. Also, this gentleman was with him, Mr. Ben Steele. I don't know if they necessarily knew each other, but I'm sure maybe they got to know each other. He was also a Bataan Death March survivor. And then after the signature cards, we have whatever extras they included that they sent me. And they're in order, like, say, so John Singlab. So I did not get any extras from Jacob Sperry. So it goes to the next person, and it just follows down the order until we get something new, like a new photo that doesn't have a place there. So that was just about Mr. John Singlab's history. I'll let you pause it if you want to read that. Hopefully you can see that. We'll probably have to be accidentally showing my address in here, but oh well, everybody probably already knows it anyways. There's something extra from Leo Hymas, I believe. Actually, yeah, that was Leo Hymas, and then this is Leo Maxulak. He was military police. He said he was asked to model the new uniform. And we have a letter from his wife. This one was from Guy Prestia, who I don't have listed in here, but for some reason I have a letter all by itself. And that was Lester Tenney, Bataan Death March survivor. Then we move on to here. We have Mr. Joseph Sasser, who was also at the Battle of Attu in Alaska. Dan Yolo, who was at Remagen Bridge in France, as well as, well, there's Paul Priest. Paul Priest is actually further down, but for some reason I have him out of order, I think. I wrote Lanny Poffo, so I must have messed up there. Where are we here? Yeah, it says says Lanny Poffo on the back, but that is definitely not Lanny Poffo, so I clearly screwed up there. So that's my bad. I'll have to change that. That's Bernard Bluestein. He was part of the Ghost Army. We probably could make a whole section of Ghost Army. We have several gentlemen from that. They were troops that would like make these inflatable military vehicles or fake radio calls, things to make the Germans think that they were moving in certain places where they weren't, and they'd start firing on them when really they were attacking from behind or whatever. But they were very important. There actually was a documentary made about them. I think it's on Amazon, made a few years ago, and then these guys kind of came to light, kind of popular. They were not even known about for a while because they were declassified not that long ago, actually. So I've got several guys from that. We got Seymour Newsenbaum, also Ghost Army. Gazo Nemeth, Ghost Army. Robert Fitz, who was a turret gunner for the Torpedo Squadron. So there he is. There's a picture of him. Got Timothy Warner, who was an assistant chaplain during World War II. And then we have some Hewitt graphs. Some early stuff here. We got Vern R. Baker, who was a liberator of Dachau death camp. This is Amos Chapman, who was on the USS Killen. Or I think it's Killeen. I think I spelled it wrong on the back of the photo. That's the bridge at Remagen, in case you're wondering. That's William Brindle, who signed the back side of that one. It was upside down, but that's okay. I think you get the idea there. This is Mr. Ben Skadron, or Skardon. At the time he was up there in age. He was also Bataan Death March survivor. And then there's a picture of Mr. Paul Priest. So yeah, I don't know what happened with me putting Lanny Poffo on the back. That was a little weird. I need to move that letter, I think, with his picture, though. I have that out of place. Then we have, kind of rounding out this binder, or this section here, Harold Flynn was also part of the Ghost Army. Arthur Shillstone, Ghost Army. Gilbert Seltzer, Ghost Army. Lawson Sakai was part of the all-Japanese American unit. The Americans, they were allowing Japanese Americans to fight in the war, but they were kind of segregating them because they didn't know where their, I guess, loyalties lie, which I guess is understandable after Pearl Harbor, but kind of messed up if you think about it. Ellis Skidmore, Chief Radio Man of VP-44. Not entirely sure, remember what that was about, but we don't have time to get into that, I don't think. Carmel Wetzel was part of the Red Ball Express. He was a truck driver. He was captured and a POW. I bought his book, and he still is living and sending signed copies if you'd like to buy it. So I think we have a card of his later on here in the book that we can show. Robert Johnson. He was a Antarctic explorer. Also served, or actually this is Al Stipek, my bad, U.S. Army. And here's a flyer about the Ghost Army World War II, if you wanted to read that. Mr. Gazo Nemeth. Included some extras. There's Mr. Robert Johnson. There he is, greeting a penguin. I think he has passed away, sadly. He was about 100 years old. He did send these really nice 8x10s out to a lot of people who wrote him. There's the ship. It was actually made out of metal and wood. So that's how long ago that was. That was before World War II, I believe, if I remember right. There's a letter. There's Mr. Carmel Wetzel again. He included that extra. That's Mr. Russell L. Pickett, U.S. Army. Here's Mr. Wetzel's business card. You can email that if you want to get his book. This is pretty cool. This is going to be Mr. Norman Lewis. He was actually at Dunkirk, and he did sign the back, just his first name, and kind of like initial. There's Carmel Wetzel again. He actually sent me that as a gift. Edwin Boyer, who I got from Kim Williams. Here's another one that came with Mr. Wetzel's book as an extra. I'm not Galen or whoever that is, but that's okay. I guess we just got mixed up. Stanley Nance, who's part of the Ghost Army, he's 102. He signed the backside. We'll get to that eventually. Stanton Rickey, who this is given to me by Henry S. He's 100 years old. Lives in Oregon. This is Paul Shaughnessy, who I got his address through. Oh shoot, I can't remember their name. It'll come to me eventually. But the live streams I've been watching. But Mr. Stanley Nance was a Morse code operator. And finally, Roland Glenn. Oh shoot, what's it called? The Veterans Breakfast Club. Duh. That's where I got Paul Shaughnessy and met Mr. Roland Glenn. And he comes on pretty much every episode, listening to everybody. So he's pretty cool, Mr. Roland Glenn. And then he did just write a nice note back to me. So that's that segment. And then I think we'll go into the Medal of Honor, which is a really cool, really cool section. I think you guys will enjoy. So it's already been almost 12 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out my collection. And I look forward to doing more video segments for you. So talk to you guys all later. And see ya. Bye.